As I mentioned in the last video, you need to ensure that your conclusion paragraph, such as the example right here, does several things. You need to ensure that you review over your thesis statement, which obviously mentions your career goal. In this case, the student wants to major and become a doctor of internal medicine. Also mention your reasoning for going into that. She, of course, wants to become a doctor because it is an honorable profession. It helps those suffering. She does kind of echo back to a point that she made in her paragraph. She has a personal connection with becoming a doctor of internal medicine because she has family members that had the particular disease of cancer. Y'all don't have that particular paragraph, but she had a paragraph where she talked about her family members who had breast cancer and that being a major motivation for her becoming a doctor of internal medicine. So she feels driven by her experiences with the disease, but also her God-given gifts. And when she says God-given gifts, earlier in her paragraph, she talked about the fact that she's just naturally gifted in math and science. I mean, she talked about her history in high school and also early in college of taking high-level math and science courses. So she feels academically ready and prepared, but she wanted to give also the personal aspect of her connection with the disease of cancer as being a motivation for wanting to go into this particular career. Now, she does end on a very cool quotation, kind of, a play on that, Hippocratic oath, but in this case, it's Hippocrates' description of the medical profession. Wherever the art of medicine is love, there's also a love of humanity. So she wanted to leave kind of that thought so other individuals reading this essay will understand her whole passion for becoming a doctor of internal medicine, that love that she has for people and curing their illnesses. Now, once you're drafting your conclusion paragraph, you may want to use just this little worksheet to help you restate your thesis. Remember, don't copy and paste your thesis from your introduction. Reword that thesis. Just some sentences overviewing your body paragraph points, maybe your educational background, your educational goals. Also project what you want to do in the future. Okay, and your concluding sentence. Okay, now you're going to notice after this, there is a student essay example. I have two student essay examples for you. This is one where a student is wanting to major to become a registered nurse, and she does kind of go from, in her first paragraph, talking about her high school educational experiences and also her job shadowing experiences. Then she goes into her educational options. If she becomes a nurse, just the different routes that she could go. And then finally, in her last paragraph, she talks about her current educational status and the future goals that she wants to take. And on her conclusion paragraph, she kind of projects to what she wants to do in the future. Now, this is not the only student essay that you have. You also have another essay if you go to Module 2, and it's the letter B. If you click on that, you have this other student's essay as well. This particular student, okay, this is actually, you had his other essay with the comparison and contrast essay. So you can see where he went from the comparison and contrast essay to this essay, the career narrative. Now, this particular essay, he talks about the fact that he wants to be a physical therapist. Okay. Now, he goes from his paragraphs discussing his educational experiences in high school, in this particular paragraph, and then he continues into his educational experiences in college, okay? And also he, goes into his future educational goals, like what he wants to do at the college and university level. And then he continues into what he wants to do professionally, and then goes into his conclusion paragraph where he restates those points in his thesis statement as well. Use both students' essays, the one on nursing and also this one on physical therapy, as a guide of how you can structure your own career narrative. Just remember, I don't want this to be some boring, like this is the goal that I have for my life. Make this individualized. Really look at yourself, dig deep, think about your motivations of why you want to go into the career that you've selected. There might be some very endearing, quirky stories or people in your background, and it's going to paint this as a more individualized kind of portrait of your just career aspirations. And remember, if you potentially could use this for a scholarship essay or an essay for a university or college application, you want this to stand out. You don't want it to be cookie cutter, just boring, where any Joe or Jane could write this career narrative. Bring me those quirky details that really make you you and why you want to be this profession. Okay, hopefully this video has been helpful, and as always, if you have questions about the assignment, please email or contact me. Thank you.